Hello. So today, me and Pedro will be talking about Belt and Road Initiative, which is the initiative by China involving more than 150 countries worldwide to build various infrastructure objects around the world. So Pedro will be representing the benefits of BRI, and I will be talking about some of the potential drawbacks.
So the Belt and Road Initiative is a program that will not only benefit the Chinese economy but also the world economy. As an example of this, as Central Asian countries were essential to the Belt and Road Initiative's land route, China made a $30 billion investment in Kazakhstan, including this country in the route between Western China and Western Europe.
Yeah, but that's absolutely true. But at the same time, you will probably agree with me that the countries in which China invests, they are usually quite weak economies with some corrupted legal systems and usually unstable political environment. That's why some of these investments, they are probably more politically than economically incentivized, because China wants to consolidate the power and regional influence. One of the recent examples might be the investment in Sri Lanka's port called Hambantota, where actually China was providing the capital inflow to Sri Lanka's government, even despite the negative feasibility studies and some concerns expressed by the global community and reluctance of other lenders to provide capital. So they were giving this capital until actually Sri Lanka was unable to pay it and defaulted on this debt and had to provide this strategically important object to China, give it away for 99 years at least.
Of course, these investments are politically beneficial for China, but they also boost the other countries' economy. For example, we have the case of Kenya and Nigeria, where China made an infrastructure investment in 2 railways, which fastened the journey between the countryside and the seaside of both countries. And in the case of Nigeria, for example, it boosted its GDP by more than 1% and created thousands of local jobs in both occasions.
Definitely has a lot of benefits, that's true, but at the same time you would probably agree with me that some of these economies where China invests, they are really dependent of one resource, one commodity such as oil, and basically the fluctuations of oil and fluctuations in price and demand, they provide huge risk for these investments, and then these investments might become troubled. And it is actually backed by the data that from 2005 till 2018, 370 billion of China's investments, they became troubled investments, so basically almost defaulted, and it represents around 30% of the China's investments during these years. And I think that China should be a little bit more responsible and careful not to compromise the economies and well-being of the countries where it invests, and align these investments with these countries' national development policies as well as economic projections to make these investments more sustainable.
Of course, these troubled assets are a concern for China, but I will talk about the oil issue that you referred. For example, due to good relationships with Russia, the Ice and Silk Road, which is a maritime road in the Northern Sea in the Arctic, has been explored by companies from both countries in order to explore oil and gas opportunities that will increase the oil world saving, and they will also trying to explore the possibility of leisure and scientific expeditions.
But that sounds great, but actually you would probably also agree with me that a lot of countries or corporations, they are divesting from oil and gas because it possesses a huge risk to our biodiversity. And in my opinion, BRI also possesses huge risks to our environment, and some recent examples might be the hydropower station. There's some blocked migration of fishes caused by the hydropower station building along the Mekong Delta. And if China fails to incorporate ESG factor into their investment process, it might possess even bigger risk to our environment.
Yeah, of course, the climate change is it's a concern right now. And as conclusion, as we can refer after all of this, we can say that as this is an important concern in world geopolitical power fighting, we can find both data and opinion that will picture this initiative as beneficial to the world economy or as a modern colonialism.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.